Hello, hello. Welcome to Audio Addiction. It is your boy Brandon. I forgot to change. I forgot to change the title. Oh no. We are doing AKMU tonight, so very excited. I still have to do the editing for the other one because my computer died, but I'm very excited to get into AKMU. Huge shout outs to No Santa for sending the playlist over in Discord. I have left a link if you would like to come hang out there. Definitely do so. Love talking about K-pop. Um, so yeah, it's AKMU time. Very excited. In terms of streaming this weekend, there is a chance I'll probably stream on Saturday potentially. So, come hang out if you want to come join me on Saturday. Um, I'll keep y'all posted. Gunky, how's it going? How's your vacation? Hope you're having a good time in Florida. Kaylee, hello. How's it going? Stitcher Twins, hello, hello. Hopefully my computer doesn't blow up this time. We're gonna find out. We're testing it out. So I did a little bit of tweaking on the settings. So I'm hoping we have a clear a steady stream today. Vacation is great. Happy to have all the rescene. I did see that. That was awesome. You'll have to link us the K-pop store you go visit in Florida. Um, but yeah, very excited. As mentioned before, doing AKMU tonight. If we have a little time extra, maybe I'll do some new releases. If not, I would most likely be doing it on Saturday in terms of new things to come out, new K-pop stuff. I know Chung Ha just released something today, and I really want to go check it out. So if we have time later, we'll check out some more new releases. I'm just Chung Ha is my old bias, so excited to check out her stuff. And also, my girlfriend had mentioned that what is it? That there is a song with Sunmi, which is her favorite. So, have to check those out. And then we got a couple more. I know I've released a new song. I know I missed out on the new Jenny stuff, new Lisa stuff. So we got a little bit of catching up to do. So maybe we'll do that tonight potentially. So let's see what we got. Kaylee says, okay. Jazz, hello. How's it going? Gungi says it's a store that Teresa goes to at least sometimes. K-pop in USA. Okay, cool, cool, cool. If you're ever in Florida, go do it. New Rescene. Yep, I was going to say new Rescene as well, too. So we got a little bit. So we'll have to check it out. But yeah, tonight we're doing AKMU. Again, big salutes to No Santa for dropping the playlist in chat. I mean, more specifically, the Discord. So this is the playlist that I'll be going over tonight. So yeah, big salutes. What we got is it looks like this one's 200%. Give Love, Melted. We got Rebuy, How People Move, Last Goodbye, Dinosaur. This one looks to be How Can I Love the Heartbreak? You're the one I love. Very interesting. Very interesting. Happening. Naka. Obviously featuring IU, which we've done before. Hey Kid, Close Your Eyes. Featuring, looks like Lee Sun Hee. Very nice. Lovely Hero. And then it looks like maybe one of the members went solo. So and then we have Alien by Lee Soo-hyun. So very nice. Yeah, AKMU. Excited, excited. I've come down with the flu. Oh my god. No Santa. Feel better. Thanks for the playlist. But yeah, very nice, very nice. Brother sister duo. I do remember that because we did do like a little bit of a brief introduction to AKMU when we talked about IU many moons ago. So a little bit familiar, but very excited to get into their music. Either way. Sarah says, I just got home from a date, so I'm ready to relax. Oh, hopefully it went well, Sarah. Very nice, very nice. All right, well, we're gonna start off with 200%, which I'm hoping everyone's gonna feel 200% after this. So, let's go.
나를 보아 나를 보아 나를 보아 날 바라보아 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 너를 본 내 마음속에 사랑해 내 본능이 고백 빨리 하라 해내 주위를 둘러싼 수많은 경쟁자 Yes I'm a soldier for you 스윗 멘트 장전 발사기 전에 작은들이 불었나 Yes 완전 간장 동장 콩장장 이곳 간 콩장장 Yeah I'm ready
아침이 깨는 소리 morning 바람들은 make our morning 저물어가는 달빛을 let it go 여물어가는 romance 꿈꾸고 Hey baby it's coming new day 새로운 느낌이야 이건 Hey wait
Nice harmony choice.
아무래도 이거는 It must be L-O-V-E 200% sure of this I want you really I'm really stupid about it 정말이야 널 좋아하는데 빨갛게 익은 내 얼굴이 걸 증명해
나를 보아 나를 보아 나를 보아 날 바라보아 바라보아
like that.
바라보아
난 스트로베리처럼 베리베리 상큼한 사람 돈 워리워리 어리버리한 그대 주위 사람들은 모두 다 이기주의 밤낮을 걸으며
너 지켜줘
나와 달리 그들은
자기를
Dang, hello. Thanks for hanging. Hopefully your work's going well.
아침이 깨는
We're doing
소리
AKMU.
morning 바람들은 make harmony 저물어가는 달빛은 let it go 여물어가는 romance 꿈꾸고 Hello 어디 가는 거니 I'll be there 네가 있는 그 거리 아직 우리 사이 서먹해도 그래도 try는 해봐야지 나랑도
It must be L-O-V-E 200% sure of this I want you really I'm really stupid about it 정말이야 널 좋아하는데 빨갛게 익은 내 얼굴이 걸 증명해
처음이야 이런 기분 멈추지 못하겠어 막 넘쳐 누가 잠가놓은 듯 내 입은 네 앞에서 우물쭈물 안 열려
내 구름의 뒤를 돌아본 내 두 눈을 보니 See you tomorrow Oh baby it can be over
Their melody choices are really good.
Someone help me 내 맘을 전할 수 있다면 사실은 난 널 좋아하는데 모든 걸 담은 이 눈빛이 걸 증명해 It must be L-O-V-E 200% sure of this I want you really I'm really stupid about this 정말이야 널 좋아하는데 빨갛게 익은 내 얼굴이 걸 증명해 It must be L-O-V-E
All right. This was AKMU's 200%. If you're hanging out tonight, thanks for hanging. Let's see what we got here. It looks like Kelly says they're known as the nation's siblings, and their brother Chanyuk writes and makes their music, and sister Suhyun obviously sings as well. So, yeah, Suhyun is third wheeling to the max. Yeah, I was like, oh man, that sucks. And then everyone's saying how young they are. I'm curious if anyone knows in chat when they started making music under AKMU. I'm curious because they definitely look pretty young in this in this MV. So, but this was great. Really like it a lot. Again, the jazzier sort of like pop feel that this song has is really nice. I think they did a great job of choosing the chord structure in this. But I also got to give a shout out to a lot of their like harmony choices. I think obviously Chanyuk and Suyeon do a great job of like really finding great like harmony and melody choices, and they were able to kind of like do something that I feel like is comfortable within their range of vocals, but is still very expressive and still has like a ton of like play within the song. So I really love that a lot. As well as that, Chanyuk's rapping was really fun. I'm excited to see how much he evolves as kind of like a rapper, and obviously his singing voice as well too. I hope they kind of give him more moments to do some singing, because I really liked his kind of like lower, like mid-range tone. He's got a really nice warmth to it, and I think comparatively to Seon's vocals, which are really like airy and like very light, I think they do a great job of sticking the pairing super well together. Obviously, I think it has a lot to do with them being siblings too, and obviously having that sort of interplay as already as siblings, but I do think that collectively, I think this is a really great starting point. So I like this a lot. I'm very curious again to see some of the stuff. Obviously, the one with IU I'm the most familiar with, but I'm excited to see how much they have differentiated sound wise, and obviously how much they have grown as musicians slash producers. I think it's really cool to see. So very nice, very nice. The next one we have here, it looks to be is Give Love. So check that out.
Why baby? 뭐가 문제야 baby?
That's cute.
Hey, what? Anyone please? 제발 사랑 좀 줘요.
Truly brother sister dynamic for sure.
네가 날 싫어해 하는 걸 알아 나는 서운해 그럼 날 왜 넌 못 이해해 You don't understand 난 너를 좋아한다고
내가 뭘 잘못했는데 내게 왜 그러는데 그럴수록 난 되게 섭섭해 Oh I'm so sad 그러니까 슬슬 let me come into your
맘
Hey.
중요한 건 맘 결국내 얼굴만 보고 좋아하는 거
아니야
날 묘하는 너의 날 이 선물들까지도 사랑하게 된 거 이겠네
맘이야 너에 대한 건 사소한 것도 기억해 난 아니야 아무리 나 삐그러도 넌 내게 순간 다 많아야 신정 많아야 주인공은 맨날 이렇게 밤마다 기도해
사랑을 좀 주세요 사랑이 모자라요 매일매일 자라는 사랑을 그녀에게 주는데도 받질 않으니 사랑을 좀 주세요 사랑이 모자라요 매일매일 자라는 사랑을 그녀에게 주는데도 받질 않으니 Give love
I like that little bit of synth. That's nice.
잘못한 것도 없는데 왜 무작정 싫어하고 보는 너 Why can't you understand me 난 너를 좋아한다고
네가 날 싫어해 하는 걸 안 후부터 샘솟던 의욕이 다시 들고 설렜던 내 맘도 끝이겠구나 했는데 또다시 슬슬
다가가도 될까
Oh, nice.
바라보는 것조차 싫어할까 뻔한 몰래 뒤에서 긍긍전전해
점점 해가 지면 달빛 정전해 용기가 나의 맘을 전부 전해
하지만 그녀와의 사이거리 너무 멀어 주고 또 주는 사랑이 길바닥에다 버려 전화겹처럼 쌓이네 봄이 되면 흙으로 남아 혹시 기대해 쌓기 돼요
사랑을 좀 주세요 사랑이 모자라요 매일매일 자라는 사랑을 그녀에게 주는데도 받질 않으니
Great chorus. I like this a lot. Great harmony choice.
매일매일 자라는 사랑을 그녀에게 주는데도 받질 않으니 Give love Give love wow, this 따비리비라다 Give love 사랑을 좀 주세요 사랑이 모자라요 매일매일 자라는 사랑을 그녀에게 주는데도 받질 않으니 Give love Give love wow, this 따비리비라다 Give love
Yeah
Give love Give love wow, yeah
All right, this was AKMU's "Give Love." If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Lucy, thanks for coming back. They had said, as someone mentioned, Chen Young writes all their music. He's amazing. One of the reasons they got famous during the TV show they came from, K-pop star, looks like it, in quotations, because of their clever and fun lyrics. Sadly, I think there are no English subs in their older MVs. I'm very used to that. Unfortunately, when we get into these older groups or groups that have had older MVs, I'm very familiar with the no subs, so it's completely fine. I try to go off of vibes of the MV plus a little bit of the lyricism. So very nice. Jazz says they were so young. Chen Young was born in '96. Okay, okay. And Sion is '99, so they were 16 and 13 on K-pop Star. Wow, holy shit. Um, and then Gunky says this is a vibe, so much fun. And No Santa says if you're confused, she learns they're brother and sister. Oh, okay. I was like, this kind of has a familiarity to the first MV, but like a different perspective. So now it's making sense. We're cooking with gas now. But I like this song a lot. I think this one I like a little bit more than the first one. I appreciate the fact that there's just a lot more like vocal dynamic in this. I think just again the combination between both of them is so nice. Like I'm a sucker for a really good harmonies in any music really, but I feel like the harmony choices in this song specifically were really great, and I'm excited again to see how far they can kind of push the boundaries a little bit more. But the way that they stylized the vocals were really nice. I also appreciate how kind of clean the production is. There isn't really a lot going on, but I don't feel like you in a song like this you don't really need to have a lot going on. So I love the fact that there's like these acoustic guitars in this. I love that little bit of synth melody choice that they use in the chorus. That's really nice. It's very memorable. It sticks out, and I like that. But I think that the production of the song is like just so minimalistic, and I think it really allows you to kind of know that their musicality is really built upon how well their vocals sit in the mix, but then on top of that I think how well they blend together in such a really nice way, whether it's like the kind of again the Sion doing some rap in this song, and then obviously Chen Yug doing a lot of vocals. I think the combination of the way that they kind of interweave in each other's own paths in some way is really nice, and I don't feel like they are uh I don't feel like they're stepping over each other's toes. You know what I mean? Like I think when you have like you have a guy and a girl doing like harmonies and stuff, it's so easy for that to kind of come to be. But I really love the fact that they are so in tune with each other, and being able to kind of decipher where the voices need to fit in the song. So really, really nice, really beautiful. Again, it's really, really close, but I would probably say I enjoyed this one just a smidge more, just because the structure I think was a little bit more sound, in my opinion. But and then it looks like Jazz says that their voices blend so well. I love it so much. I agree. I agree. Couldn't agree more. So very nice. Very nice. The next song we have on the playlist is Melted. So very nice. Gunky also said, I like this one more than the previous song. Hey, that's a vibe. We love to see it. So let's get into the next one. Interesting, though, Santa. Like that descending melody. A little bit of cello is really nice.
붉은 해가 세수하던 파란 바다 검게 물들고 구름 비바람 오가던 하얀 하늘 회색 붙들고 맘속에 찾아온 어둠을 그대
불끈 내가 세수하던 파란 바다 그 깊이 묻힌 옛 온기를 바라본다 Too late get it out 어른들 세상 주위도 풀렸으면 해 얼었던 사랑이 이젠 주위로 흘렀으면 해
찾아온 어둠을 그대로 두고 밤을 덮은 차가운 그림자 마냥 두 어른들 이 녹아지면 조금 더 따뜻한 노래가 나올 텐데 어른들은 왜 그렇게 차가울까 차가울까 이 녹아지면 조금 더 따뜻한 노래가 나올 텐데 어른들은 왜 그렇게 차가울까요?
All right. This was AKMU's Melted if you're hanging out. Wow. What a powerful music video. No, Santa says neither member is shown in this MV. The Korean word used for ice cold is similar to adult. They use a lot of wordplay in this song to ask why adults are so cold. Gungi says this is an interesting song. Dang says, is this an OST? And No Santa says, I don't think so. I will say the music video was incredibly shot. So shout outs to whoever was putting together this MV. They did a fantastic job of, I think, creating a storyline. Just because, again, the members of AKMU are not in this MV. I think they did a really great job of conveying emotion. Like, again, I don't know I don't have the lyricism in front of me, unfortunately, with this song, so I really can't know exactly what it's written about, but, you know, having some idea of what No Santa had put in chat. But this was really powerful. I love the fact that the instrumentation really, again, very similarly to the previous track. I love the fact that the instrumentation kind of is more of a subtlety in this song. Like, obviously it does, like, it's there and it's relevant, but I love the fact that it kind of almost takes a little bit of a backseat, and watching this MV, I think it allows you to kind of immerse yourself in the videography of the song and stuff like that. And I am glad that I watched the MV, because I feel like the impact of the song may not have had the same sort of effect, I feel like, on me personally, as if watching it. I feel like visually, I'm always been a visual learner, so I feel like seeing it is, just another piece to that puzzle. But I think vocally this was, like, really impactful from both members of AKMU. Like, I was just kind of thoroughly impressed by how well their vocals really sit, especially Suyeon in this song. I feel like she had like a really powerful moment. I think she really kind of cut through this song super well. Um, she just has this like kind of like haunting beauty to her voice in this song that I really appreciate, and I think it plays off a lot of like the minor tonalities of like the strings slash like cello sections of the song, but also like just the acoustic guitar and like the way it's presented. I feel like it feels very minor tone, very sad, and I think that her voice conveys that sort of anguish that you would feel in the song, or the way that the anguish is supposed to be portrayed in the song. So I think she sounded incredible, and then I do feel like Chen Yug also like added just such a beautiful kind of coloring towards the lower end of the song. He's got a really, again, a beautiful kind of low end warmth to his vocals, and I think, you know, a song that I would argue doesn't really require that level of like rapping or something like that. I think his inclusion of adding some like depth to the vocals and adding a little bit more punch to Sion's vocals, I think was really nice as well too. And again, I just think that that's going to be a common thread throughout a lot of AKMU stuff, is just their ability to like meld their voices together. But I think this one is probably one of the better, I would argue one of the better versions of the way that the song is. So I really like this one a lot. And I also feel like, again, the music video is really impactful as well. I think it conveys such a strong like emotion, and you know, you couldn't help but, at least maybe I'm speaking from my perspective, but I couldn't help but feel for that kid. You know what I mean? Like it was like, you know, that inherent urge to be like, oh shit, like this sucks, like all I want to do is help this kid. You know what I mean? Like, so I think to me it was very interesting. But yeah, I thought this was great. This was really powerful. So yeah, the poor kid, he was trying his best. Yeah, I just thought it was, and then the turnaround at the end I thought was really beautiful too. And I don't know, and maybe Dosana can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was that him at the end, like reflecting, like the kid, was that him like reflecting on his life, like at the end? Because I feel like that would be a beautiful metaphor of the song if that is the case. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think they wrapped it up really nicely with that ending. I thought that was, you know, I thought that I made it feel full circle. So that's why the camera was on the desk. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling just wasn't 100% sure. So, thanks for hanging. A little late, excited for AKMU. Yes, No Santa says we did 200, Give Love, and we just finished Melted. So, very nice. Thanks for joining. We are going to continue the AKMU train. We have Rebuy next. So, hopefully this is a little bit more major key, a little bit more positive. We'll see what happens.
리바이 미련 없이 손을 흔들어 리바이 그땐 그때 이땐 이때 리바이
Rebuy. Bye.
익숙해 날 오고 가는 발걸음 헤어지는 인사에 미숙해 보이는 것만큼 부끄러운 게 없는 걸 익숙해 날 보고 가는 시선들 주위 모든 여자 날 야속해 Hey, but it's okay 부끄러울 게 없는 걸 Oh, 눈물로 보낼 필요 없어 자욱하는 데만 남을 뿐 눈물로 흘려보낸 시간이 녹아남은 코너리에 리바이 미련 없이 손을 흔들어 리바이 그땐 그때 땐 이때
Nice melody choice. Love that descending melody. Very nice. Ooh, that open section with the drumming. Nice.
Yeah. 보기 드물어진 정 찾기 힘들어진 정한 파트너를 너도 빠진 정이 안 돼 이상한 빈정 많이 나누는 사람이 바보라 불리는 시대 복식 두 손에 남은 것 손에만 흥건히 남길 바에 인사는 간단하게 간단하게 맘의 문을 깐깐하게 방이 좀 깜깜하네 속을 들키면 게임 오버 할 수 없이 널 속여 여기까지가 납니다 세상에는 새가 납니다
보낼 필요 없어 자욱한 한계만 남을 뿐 눈물로 흘려보낸 시간이 녹아남은 건어디에 리발 미련 없이 손을 흔들어 리발 그땐 그때 이때 뒤돌아서면 그가 너기엔
Interesting. All right, this was AKMU's Rebuy. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Yeah. Oh my God, this was so much fun. I like this one as well. I feel like again I'm gonna be a little bit of a broken record. But all these songs have been really fantastic. So I can understand why this was a group that I needed to cover for sure. So much kudos to No Santa, but this was so much fun. I like the kind of regalness of this song. I feel like it is pulling a lot from like 1920s like swing music and like a little bit of jazz and stuff, and I think it just is really nice. I think Sunhee's vocals were Sooyeon's vocals, excuse me, were incredible in this song. I think she, to me at least, was the standout. I agree with Sarah in saying that the agility of her voice is incredible. I agree. I also really love her vocal lick choices. I think she does a really great job of like paying homage to like a lot of classic artists. Like the first artist that I could think of this kind of gave me a little bit of was like a little bit more of a subtle like Christina Aguilera type feel. Like obviously Christina Aguilera is like a powerhouse vocalist, but she's got some really good like agility to her vocals as well. And so I feel like I can draw a little bit of a comparison to that. I also feel like as well as this, I was also getting a little bit of like Amy Winehouse, which is also, again, she has more of a raspier tone, but just like, again, the way that I know that Amy Winehouse typically uses like a lot of those like regal type like vocal runs and melody choices, and so I feel like this one very similarly was used well by Sooyeon's vocals. So I really love that, and like the way that she goes into those like higher falsetto tones and then all the way down to kind of like a more like warm kind of lower-ish mid-range tone, I think is really beautiful. And she obviously has a very good grip on her vocal styling, so I really love that. But as well as I think the song itself was definitely like, I love that it kind of takes a little bit of a backseat. Again, the like piano and like the dynamics of the song were really fun. I like that one section in the second verse where they basically had the drummer do like snare and like a ride cymbal. I thought that was super nice. It breaks up the song in a really beautiful way. And it keeps like the energy levels fun. So definitely like that a lot. And Chen Young sounded great as well too. Like I loved his rap verse. I thought it was really good. It was very well interweaved into the song. And then also his inclusion of vocals as well, I think are always a welcome addition to the track. So really, really like this one as well. It looks like Jazz also concurred the agility of Suni's vocals. So very, very cool. And then it looks like Gunky says another really good song. And then No Santa says her vocal flicks are insane. I care to agree. So very nice, very nice. We are cruising along here. The next one we got is, it looks to be How People Move. So very nice. Biscuit, hello. Thanks for joining. We are doing AKMU tonight. So let's keep it moving. I was gonna ask No Santa what your favorite was, so good to know this is a favorite. Oh, I like the panning of the horns. Okay, okay.
어릴 때 내봐도 정보니 완전 꼬맹이 위하고 찍은 픽처를 보니 싶은 꼴리 뭐 맞고 이렇게 훌쩍컸나 보냐 우리 엄마 아빠 사랑 먹고 이리 잘 컸나 보다
그 수많은 생물 중에 인간이라서 참 다행이야 장난감으로 태어났다면 혼자 움직이지도 못할 텐데 생각만 해도 끔찍해.
Oh, that piano player is cooking. All right. Oh, so much fun.
Shall we dance? Dance! Move around, right? You gotta move around. Move around. Say yeah.
Yeah, 손발로 막 치고 받고 두 다리로 공 차고 받고 했던 내
Oh.
익숙하던 몸뚱아리가 낯설게 느껴질 때 몸치고 박치고 다 하나같이 쿵쿵짝 허키퍼키 클럽 궁둥짝 누구라도 한 번쯤은 다 생각해보는 right? Who are you? 그 수많은 생물 중에 인간이라서 참 다행이야 돌덩어리로 태어났다면 이리저리 치고 굴러 떼굴떼굴 떨어지고 말 텐데 생명이란 건 참으로
That build up was nice. Key change? Oh! All right, all right.
Let's dance.
Oof. All right. This was AKMU's How People Move. If you're hanging out tonight, thanks for hanging. All right, let's see what we got here in chat. No Santa says this is a favorite. Kaylee says, yes, this one. Gungi says this is definitely the best song so far. His says, man, early AKMU just hits different. And Jazz commented, really does. My favorite part, which was it looks like it was a key change, which we love to see. This one is fun live as well, as Kaylee says. And then Gunky says, I'm not surprised by that. I would also agree with Gunky. I would not be surprised by how fun this one is live, but this one's incredible. So like rich in sound. And I think it's been a nice change of pace, because not to say that the other songs weren't like dynamically impressive to me, but the way that this song is just structured is just so gorgeous. I love the inclusion of like at the very beginning, it was already immediately fun with that like panning horn section. I think that's always really fun, but just for it to be like that whiny kind of like, again, old timey sort of horn sound, I just think it's just so much fun. And it just help. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I can't help but have just a big grin on my face, just kind of listening to it. So that was really fun. But man, vocally, this is dynamic as well too. I feel like I don't want to be remiss and say how much fun the vocals are. Just because they're really, really incredible. But I do have to say that Suyun just did, oh man, an incredible job. Like, her vocals are so intriguing to listen to. And I feel like with each song I'm constantly like, what is she gonna do next? What is she gonna do vocally? And it's like really fun to see. And I think that it just keeps the immersion there. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, Jen Young does a great job as well too. Again, I don't want to feel like I'm just saying Xia's vocals are incredible, blah blah blah. Like, I want to obviously give the flowers where it's deserved, but like, her vocals just make this song so much more than what it should be. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something really fun and really whimsical about the way that she kind of puts these melody choices in the song. And like, just I'm always constantly impressed by like the run choice too. Like, I'm just like, man, that fits so well with the song. Or like, rhythm wise, it just hits that same sort of rhythm pattern that I think the song works with. And so I think it's just that attention to detail that is just so really so nice. And obviously it has a lot to do with, as well as Chen Young just doing a lot of the production and the stylizing of the songs. I think there is a level of architecture that you have to have when you're writing these types of songs, and I think they both are very well in tune with what they're capable of doing, what they want to include on these songs. And I think that they really kind of go to the edges of the earth in terms of these songs, in terms of dynamics. You know, it doesn't feel, I think to me, it's like the biggest compliment I can give to them is that the song doesn't feel overstuffed, but just has the right amount of elements to it that makes you feel like the song has a level of fullness that you would want out of a song. Like, and dynamically, it's got great movement as well too. Like, the fact that they decided to do this like really interesting build, and then on top of all of that chaos of doing that insane like vocal melody build choice thing, they decided to slap on like a key change at the end. I just think that that's just like at the end of like the end of the movie, and it's like the movie ends the way that you want it to end, right? And it's just like so satisfying and so nice. So I think so far this is probably my favorite. I would be very surprised if this is not in my favorites by the end of tonight, because it was so enjoyable. So I if that was any sentiment on how much I love this song, then I feel like I could talk about it a little bit more, but I'll run out of air, I'm sure, at some point. So, but yeah, this is incredible, fantastic track. Like I said, favorite one so far for sure. We shall keep it moving. The next one is Last Goodbye. So I feel like this one's gonna be a sad one. if I could guess. This is a familiar music pattern too. I can't remember what it is.
하나 있고 너 하나 있는 그곳이 내 오랜 밤이었어. 사랑해란
I was gonna say, is it the wedding march? Yeah.
거리여도
Canon in D.
거짓은 없었어. 넌 하나 있고 참 조용했던 그곳이 내 오랜 밤이었어. 어둠 속에서도 잠 이루지 못해 흐느껴오는 너의 목소리.
그대 곁이면 그저 곁에서만 있어도 행복했단 걸. 그 사실까지 나쁘게 추억 말아요. 오랜 날 오랜 밤 동안 정말 사랑했어요.
Great chorus.
어쩔 수 없었다는 것 말도 안 될 거라 생각하겠지만
믿게 날 기억하지는 말아줄래요.
아직도 잘 모르겠어 당신의 흔적이
지울 수 없이
소중해. 잘 자요 안녕 그 말 끝으로
Interesting.
흐른 시간은 오랜 날 같았어. 우린 서로에게 깊어져 있었고 난 그게 두려워. 넌 가만히 있고 나도 그러했던 순간은 우리 오랜 날 함께한 시간을 아무런 의미도 없듯이 추억만 하게 하겠죠.
그대 곁이면 그저 곁에서만 있어도 보고 싶고 또 행복했어. 그건 진심이었어. 오랜 날 오랜 밤 동안 정말 사랑했어요.
어쩔 수 없었다는 것 말도 안 될 거라 생각하겠지만
믿게 날 기억하지는 말아줄래요.
아직도 잘 모르겠어 당신의 흔적이
지울 수 없이 소중해. 하늘이 참 뿌옇고 맘을 다 잡아야 하죠. 이젠 마지막 목소리.
마지막 안녕.
믿게 날
Oh, nice halftime.
기억하지는 말아줄래요.
아직도 잘 모르겠어 당신의 흔적이
지울 수 없이
소중해.
Oh, what a great ending. All right, this was AKMU's Last Goodbye. Very nice. Yeah, it was Wedding March. Yeah, that was it. The Canon in D is my what was my thought. I was just like, I haven't heard it in such a long time, so I think that's probably why I just didn't. It sounded familiar and then just didn't click right away. But Noah Santa says, I believe this was the song they released before Chenyuk did his military service. And then it is canon, confirmed by No Santa. I think Gunky says it's definitely familiar, but I'm surprised you couldn't remember what it was. I think it just again, um, I just I like remember melodies and then sometimes I just come back around to it later on, you know. Kaylee says I always forget how much I love each AKMU song until it plays, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I love this one too. And then Genki followed that up and saying, you can't go wrong with an AKMU ballad. I agree. Um, incredibly well written song. I do like that they did incorporate that canon in D. It must be at the time it must have been in, because this came out 8 years ago. It must have been public domain for them to use that. But man, this is really, again, really beautiful. I love their tones. I think both of them individually, like, I'm just so enamored by how well they work together. Um, and as, like, again, no discredit to any of like the other duos we've done before or what have you, it's it's just so incredible. I think I'm just like, it just floors me because I'm just like sitting there and just thinking like, damn, this is so fucking good. And then, we listen to another song and I'm like, damn, this is so fucking good. And I think I'm just gonna keep like, I feel like I'm living the Bill Murray Groundhog Day, and I'm just gonna keep saying the same shit and be like, "Oh, this is fucking good too." Like, I just think that it's like so consistent. They're just so like so in tune with each other that it really does honestly floor me because I'm just constantly just sitting here just being like, oh, this is a great melody choice. It would work well on top of this, a harmony, and it's just like, and then like the next section of the song you get exactly that, and it's just like, damn, are they like reading my mind? Like they know what I'm looking for in a song and they're just doing it. But I think it's just really, really nice. And I just think that they do a great job of highlighting themselves in such a way. You know what I mean? If you know that you can do beautifully arranged harmonies, just fucking do them. That's what they're saying pretty much. And I love that because it really does add just a lot of character to the song. And so I'm always really in love with the fact that they're able to do that. The acoustic arrangement was also really beautiful too. Again, that interweave of the canon and D was really nice. But I like that it didn't feel like it was just something they were gonna like. I like that it's something they built off of and not just like them repeatedly doing canon and D. I would expect nothing less from them, but like I love the fact that there is just like the interpolation of building off canon and D just as a musical motif. I think was really cool, and it doesn't feel like it is again just used for the sake of being used. I think it really does play an integral part of the song because I think it gives you that familiarity to the track, but then there's just so much more variance going on in the rest of the song that it makes you feel like that section of the song is so grounded that you're like, oh shit, yeah, I know this. It just works. And then like you get to kind of branch out and do some more things with it musically. So I love that. That's it. This was so much fun. In a songwriting perspective. So very nice. Kaylee says, I'm so bad at remembering the names of songs, so I forget which ones is which till it plays, then I get excited when I know it. Yeah. I feel the same way, though this is every time that we've done these deep dives. I'm like, it's always fun to get one of those songs. I'm like, somebody covered this song. I know this song, like it's cool. It's cool. So I get you, Kaylee, for sure. And then No Santa says it's sampled all the time. Yeah, it's in public domain now, so I'm really not surprised, but it is what it is. So we shall keep it moving. This next one is Dinosaur. So let's check it out. This one is iconic. Okay. Most popular song.
나의 옛날 동네 반자빌라엔
Okay.
내 가족 오순도순 잘 살고 있었네.
Cute hamster.
화장실 문 밑엔 지갑하는 구멍이 매일 밤 뒤척거리시던 아버지 No problem 난 아무것도 몰랐거든 아직도 그때가 생생해 무서울 게 없었던 어리기만 한 나를 벌쩍 뜨게 하는
Like in the pre-chorus.
벌쩍 뜨게 하는 Dinosaur
Ooh.
Dinosaur
어릴 적 내 꿈에 나온 Dinosaur. 어릴 적 내 꿈에 나온 Dinosaur. 비명관 깼겠네 함께 깼네 내 가족이 다 같이 따스한 이부자리 두 발로 또 찾지
엄마는 날 안아줘 내 목 감추는 울먹임 TV 보며 진정하라 하셨지 깜빡깜빡거리네 까만 방이
Check out.
번쩍거리네
I should have clicked it.
아직도 그 꿈이
Thanks, No Santa.
무서울 게 없었던 어리기만 한 나를 벌쩍 뜨게 하는 벌쩍 뜨게 하는 벌쩍 뜨게 하는 Dinosaur Dinosaur
어릴 적 내 꿈에 나온 Dinosaur. 어릴 적 내 꿈에 나온 Dinosaur.
우리 집 창문을 부수고 내 가족에게 보여하던 널 다시 만나면 그땐 너보다 더 크게 소리 지를래 더 크게 소리 지를래 더 크게 소리 지를래 더 크게 소리 지를래
Ooh.
Dinosaur Dinosaur
어릴 적 내 꿈에 나온 Dinosaur. 어릴 적 내 꿈에 나온 Dinosaur.
Wow. That was awesome. All right. This was AKMU's Dinosaur. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Gunky says, I'm surprised I don't know this song. That is a surprise. That is a surprise. Most popular song. His is, I think they've only performed this song a handful of times live because that note is so difficult to do. And then Jazz says she hates doing it live. And then Kaylee followed that up and saying, Shenyug promise Suyun she wouldn't have to sing it live since the notes are so hard, but then it got really popular and she had to do it a few times. Yeah, I feel like that's typically how it winds up going, but um this was great. Definitely love the, like, again, that more like EDM, like house sort of style musicality. Again, I think maybe it's just because, again, the one song that I'm familiar with is the one with IU, and that also has that sort of like different sound as well too. So I feel like it is a switch maybe. Um, but I think that, again, that vocal note is super high, and I like gotta give a lot of kudos to Suyeon, just because she does an incredible job at that chorus. Like, that is some like really high like vocal falsetto, and then having that like kind of like belt moment of them saying like dinosaur. I think right after that really high falsetto tone is incredibly stacked vocally, and then to then follow all of that vocal craziness up with like some really dynamic harmonies at the end. Though I will say Chen Young, I think, does a little bit, is hitting his stride in terms of vocals in that section too. So I think in All Friends that is a very difficult chorus to do, and for her to do it by any capacity live, I think is really damn impressive. So big salutes to her, and also as well as Chen Yuk. But um, this one was cool. I think it's so different comparatively to the last song and like songs that preceded it. So I think this is very interesting, and I don't know if this is maybe like the tonal shift into doing different things, because I know chat was saying like, "Oh, old AKMU hits different," and so I'm wondering if this is kind of the tonal shift that they're making into doing more of the electronic stuff. Um, but I thought this was really nice, really beautiful. I like the music scape that they're using in this song. I think the way that they kind of have the vocals kind of reverberate a little bit more is always really nice, and I think it just adds to that level of dynamic that you really come to appreciate. So yeah, this was incredible. This is definitely, again, if I mean, knowing that this is one of their most popular songs, I'm really not surprised by that at all. It's super catchy, super infectious, really light. um so yeah, I thought this was great. This is a great song. No, Santa says if you watch The Killing Voice, that's why she socks him in the arm during it. Oh, that's awesome. That makes sense. And I feel like if anything, it is the true testament of like a sibling relationship, because if your sibling is producing your music, you want to make you want to make that sibling sweat. You know what I mean? So I I resonate with it being an older brother. But also at the same point, I don't think my sister would be singing live at any point. So, um, but yeah, shout out to Dana, love her. But, next song we got on the playlist, it looks like we've got is, How I Can Love the Heartbreak. You're the one I love. So very nice. Let's check it out. I feel like this one's gonna be sad AF.
부르며 발자국 물러나 내가 없이 혼자 걷는 널 바라본다. 옆자리 여전한 너의 풍경 흑백거리 가운데 넌 뒤돌아본다. 그때 알게 되었어. 난 널 떠날 수 없는 걸. 우리 사이의 그 어떤 힘든 일도 이별보단 버틸 수 있는 것들이
이별까지 사랑하겠어 널 사랑하는 거지 사랑이라는 이유로 서로를 포기하고 찢어질 것 같지 할 수 없어 난
Again, the chills. Oh.
두세 번 더 길을 돌아갈까 정막 짙은 도로 위에 걸음을 보겠다 아무 말 없는 대화 나누며 주마등이 길을 비춘 먼 곳을 본다 그때 알게 되었어 난 더 갈 수 없단 걸 한 발 한 발 이별에 가까워질수록 너와 맞잡은 손이 사라지는 것 같죠 어떻게 이별까지 사랑하겠어 널 사랑하는 거지 사랑이라는 이유로 서로를 포기하고 찢어질 것 같이 아파할 수 없어 난 너 어떻게 내가 어떻게 너를 이후에 우리 바다처럼 깊은 사랑이 난 마를 때까지 기다리는 게 이별일 텐데
어떻게 내가 어떻게 너를 이후에 우리 바다처럼 깊은 사랑이 더 마를 때까지
That was falsetto tones. Oh,
기다리는 게
gorgeous. So good.
이별일 텐데
Oh. All right, this is How Can I Love the Heartbreak? You're the One I Love by AKMU. Oh. God, this is like this was this was tough to sit through. This one was oh my god. This is like if you get this is like this is the this is like the musical embodiment of if someone came up to you, gut punched you, you fell on the ground, and then somebody happens to be back in their car and runs you over. Like, oh man, this is just an emotional. This caused emotional damage to me. this is rough. This is like I was trying to really pay attention to yeah. So basically, a bad breakup. Yeah, pretty much. Like I think it's just reading the lyrics was just like so real. You know, like I think I mean hopefully not everybody's experienced that, but I can say that I have experienced that to some degree. Obviously not now. I love my girlfriend. She's great. But I think that this song is very representative of some periods in my life prior to that where I think you can obviously connect with like the musicality and feel those emotions that I feel like are probably blocked off for good reasons and and so I feel like this song definitely I was able to kind of connect more a little bit, and I just think the way that they are able to just again convey that type of emotion is just so just commendable first and foremost, but as well as that, I think just that level of connection that you feel and the way that they convey emotion is just such a powerful tool that they are using. Like again, I don't speak Korean. Would I'm learning slowly but surely, but I think it's just like even though I don't know what they're saying, it's just like to me, it's like it feels so real. And I think the fact that they are able to do that and me read the lyrics or read the lyrics and feel the emotion behind driving the song, I think um is just so real. And so I love the fact that they are talking about something that is so mature in that capacity, and they're able to kind of have have it with such nuance. And so I really love that. And I think again the instrumentation, the way that they kind of craft these ballads are so beautiful. The vocal styling was incredible. Suyeon and Suyeon just sounded absolutely incredible in this song. I think she just has this kind of wispiness to her vocals, and again, that carries that emotion so well. And Chaeyoung adds that kind of like I don't like this, like that, like hug, like that. It's gonna be okay. Like you're gonna get through it. And so I think like their dynamic vocally feels like they understand your emotion, and they are there to sit with you during this time. And so I really love that because it's hard for artists, I feel like that to connect. And I think that it's something that I really wanted to just drive home because I think it's really important. So really love that. Gunky says, I have my ex-fiance cheated on me. One of the best things that ever happened to me, LOL. But I didn't feel that way at the time. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Gunky. Obviously, I'm sure that these songs don't bring up obviously the best of emotions, but I feel like I can understand your pain certainly. So glad you're doing hopefully better now. But Lucy says, I'd say their most loved song in Korea. I think it starts charting top 100 after all these years. Chen Young wrote this and all the songs in this album while he was in the military. Even wrote a book too. Wow, holy shit, that man has a lot a lot of time. I guess that's good for him. That's incredible. Yeah, it's so deep. I just love that. It's just so deep to me. And so I think that in terms of the ballad songs we've listened to so far, I think this one is gonna be really damn hard to beat. This is like I would even put this probably amongst my favorite like K-pop ballad songs, just because I think that it is just so personable in like such a like real way. And so I always feel like for myself when I put these like when I'm thinking of songs that I love, like I want songs that impact me, and I feel like this one was one of those ones that just like you just couldn't help but sit there and just like really think about it, And so I appreciate that a ton. But we'll keep it moving because this is really sad, and obviously get the emotions out if you're getting them out. But we'll keep the train a moving here. The next one is Happening, which is next. So let's keep it moving. Ooh, nice.
나를 봐 진지해져 버렸잖아 You are the good 넌 나보다 좋아 사람이니까
한 번의 눈빛으로 사랑하기엔 우리 너무 어려 단번에 만나면 못 본 척하고 지나쳐줘 baby You're just my happening You're just my happening oh.
쓸데없는 미련으로 인해 바보 같은 척 하나 남아있지 않게
한 번의 빛으로 사랑하기엔 우리 너무 어려 단번에 만나면 못 본 척하고 지나쳐줘 baby You're just my
All right. This was AKMU's Happening. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging tonight. Very interesting. I thought that the vocals were really like haunting. I think it fits the styling super well. That like again a lot of minor tones. Like just the way that they had their vocals, I thought was really nice. But I do think this one, I don't know if it's just me, but like it musicality wise, it's fun. I think vocally this was also really nice as well too. But I do feel like it is kind of like lacking that sort of like pop off moment or like having a little bit more dynamics. It does feel a little bit one note in some ways. I think that this one like is again, I think maybe it's just having like the emotional gravitas of the previous song and just having that connection to it. I think is very difficult to follow up. Certainly, it's like, you know, if you have like a really high energy song that just has a ton of energy, and then you get this song, it feels very like lackluster in that way. And I don't mean it in a derogatory way. It's just the way that these, you know, the title tracks are kind of lined up here. But I feel like this song, at least from my perspective, I don't know if this is a part of like a release, like a mini album. I'd imagine probably is, but I think that this one would fit more contextually versus like listening to all these title tracks back to back. Like all of them are really enjoyable. Again, I would have put this in the same category of enjoyable. I really liked it, but I do feel like there are some songs that I'm like, man, this one just feels like it fits the motif of the album, like, you know what I mean? So I feel like this one is one of those songs that I think is gonna fit really well in that release. So other than that, nothing too crazy to write home about. Like I said, I think it works out well. I think the vocals were really solid, very solid. But yeah, overall thought it was pretty good. Let's see what we got here. Gunky says that after the last song, this is kind of a letdown. It's not bad by any means, though. I think we're kind of in the same boat. Like, I think it's just like the highs, having such high highs. It's difficult to kind of place this song. But like I said, I have no ill will towards this track. I think it is very well written. I just think maybe it might fit better on a full release. So I'll have to check this I'll have to check this album out. But all right, we shall keep it moving. This is Naka with IU, which is, again, if you watched our IU deep dive, you know we checked out this song, but I haven't listened to it since. So I'm very excited to check this one out again. And if you haven't checked out our IU deep dive, please go check that out. It was great. I love IU. I think she's an incredible artist, and now obviously getting more familiarized with AKMU, they are both incredible artists as well too. So, this is cool. Let's get into Naka then.
말했잖아 언젠가 이런 날이 온다면 난 널 혼자 내버려 두지 않을 거라고 죄다 낭떠러져봐 예상했던 것보다 더 아플지도 모르지만 내 손을 잡으면
The production on this song is so much fun already.
상도 느낄 수 있을 거야 눈 딱 감고 나가 믿던 내눈 딱 감고 나가 눈 딱 감고 나가
Oh, that synth riff. Oh,
믿던 내눈 딱 감고 나가
도와둔 고스트는 뜨거운 불구덩이든 말했잖아 언젠가 그런 날에 난 널 떠나지 않겠다고
죄다 땅 떨어져 봐 예상했던 것보다 더 아플지도 모르지만 내 눈을 본다면 밤하늘에 별이 되는 기분을 느낄 수 있을 거야
I love that filtered in drum. So sick.
둘셋은 딱 참고 나가 셋하면 뛰어나가
Oh,
둘셋은 딱 참고 나가 show me love 보여주자 웃을 준비 끝내 그들에게
이들만 곁들이지 못해
감고 나가 믿던 날난 딱 감고 나가 셋하면 뛰어나가 둘셋은 딱 참고 나가
this filtered synth is so much fun. I love it. Oh. All right. This was AKMU's Naka featuring IU. This was cool to revisit. You know, it's genuinely such a treat to revisit some of these songs because, like, I love doing this. Like, it's so interesting because I haven't gone back to remember I honestly don't even remember my commentary on this song when we did it for the IU deep dive, but now understanding what AKMU does and what they, you know, how they operate, I feel like this is so experimental comparatively to like obviously older material, but I just love it. I love like the different like textures and like different like musical things going on in the song. There's just like such a vast array of different like sounds and like pots and pan sounds and like some like really interesting like filter synths, like the way that they kind of like the way that they ramped like the drums with this like insanely like interesting like filter section I think is really fun. I think vocally this is also really dynamic and really interesting as well too. I just think it is like I mean this in the most wholesome of ways, but it is like truly a clusterfuck in the way that like the production of this song is. Like it's just so mesmerizing and I love it. Like I'm probably going to go back and listen to this release a ton because it's just so experimental. It's so much fun. It's so unique. And I think like it is truly the new flavor of what AKMU is capable of doing, and so I love this song. I think if anything, I don't know if I loved it the last time I listened to it, but I love it now. Because it's so much fun. Like the way that they stylize like Suyeon's vocals, like they had this like really cool kind of like reverb drenched like stereo sort of filter to her voice. It was really cool. And then obviously Chanyeol's vocals, like his like mid-range low tones are so nice, and I think they fit well in the context of this song. The harmony choices were great. It just dynamically is all over the board and a little wacky, and I like that. I think it's fantastic. So, let's see what we got here. Gunky says, I definitely know this song because of obviously it has IU. Yes, I was gonna say I would be very surprised. No Santa says, before we get there, the last two songs in the playlist are solos by each of them. Up to you if you want to do them, but Jazz asked if we could add one. I'm glad to do both. That is, we can definitely do both. I'd like to do as full-fledged of a of a deep dive if possible. So if they're not on the playlist, feel free to throw them on and I'll check them out for sure. Oh, excuse me. All right. We shall keep it moving. The next one we have is Hey Kid, Close Your Eyes. So let's go give that one a spin. And this features Lee Sun-hee. I assume that's Lee Sun-hee. Sounds like it. I love this bridge.
그때 바닷가는 해수욕 그땐 마스크라 묻었어 않았고 그땐 나는
Oh, that sounds cool. That melody is gonna is stuck in my head. I'm already humming along to it. So, all right, this was AKMU's "Hey Kid, Close Your Eyes" featuring Lee Sun Hee. If you're hanging out with us tonight, thanks for hanging. Just some comments here. Jazz says this is my favorite. Oh, okay, very nice. Give me a little bit of a peer into the looking glass in terms of your musical taste, Jazz. So love to see that. So many good songs off the collaboration album. Oh, okay. So it's an album of collaborations. I love that. This one is, but this one is something else for me. Love to see it. Lucy says, I love this song. This whole album is incredible. All the songs have MVs too, which is amazing. Oh, that's awesome. That must have, listen, that is a labor of love. If anybody knows to edit MVs, that is a labor of love. So big salutes to their team putting together all these MVs. That's incredible. So for me, this was very nice. I really like this one a lot. I like the kind of like, I'm trying to nail down the genre, but it kind of gives me a little bit of like indie rock sort of feel, or like indie alternative, which I love that genre. It's something I just listen to in my free time, along with obviously a bunch of other genres of music, but I really like this one a lot. Same album as Naka. I had a feeling just because it was with IU's song, and if it's a whole collaboration album, that would make sense. But this song was great. I love the I love the beat of the song. I think it keeps a really great tempo, which I think is not lost on me in the song. So I really love that. I also love that the vocals aren't that crazy. I know that sounds like a little bit of a little bit of a misnomer here, because AKMU's vocalists, both of them are incredible. But I like the fact that it's just got this kind of like like subtly haunting beauty to it. Like there's something really lush about the way that they stylize the vocals. Again, I think it has a lot to do with the reverb on this song. I think they just you like it's not a heavy hand of like reverb, but I think that it is drenched enough where it kind of gives you this sort of washed feeling. And I think the vocals do a really great job of, again, having that sort of washed sound, but not only that, but as well of just kind of having that sort of just like overall like gorgeous tone. And I think it really works well with the like indie-ish sort of styling of the song. So I love that. I love the bridge of that song. I'd say that's probably my favorite section of the track. I just think it has this sort of openness to it that I think just separates the song super nicely. And then as well as that, Lee Sun Hee, I don't know if I got it correct, and chat can let me know if I was wrong. But I'm pretty sure she had the second verse for like a majority, if not the entirety of the second verse. And so she sounded incredible. I'm not really familiar with her work. So, I thought she has a really, again, contrasting vocal, very hauntingly beautiful, but like in a completely different way, comparatively to Sooyeon. So I thought this was great. I can absolutely understand why Jazz loves the song, because it's got a beautifulness to it. I think all of the again, I think I have fallen in love with AKMU's music, so I think that's incredible. She's 60 years old, by the way. Oh wow, okay. She still sounds great. I hope continued success for her. She's an incredible vocalist. So, um, you know, I feel like that just shows her um experience and knowledge, and I think she fit the song super well. So, great addition. We shall keep it moving. We've also got Lovely next. So, let's check that one out.
You know 내 스타일이 아닌 음악을 들어도 You know 좋아하지 않는 음식을 먹어도 우산 없이 비가 와 홀딱 따져줘도 좋아 I love it because I love you
Wow. 우리 관계 디비데베데 매일 봐도 좀 같이
Okay.
춤추고 싶어 yeah 빌리빌리진 우리 앞 우리 옆 yeah 시기 질투 자유로운
Nice Michael Jackson reference and dance. Cool.
뛰어들었어 점점점점점
So lovely day so lovely Every day with you so lovely do 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 do
Spell L-O-V-E-L-E-E 이름만 불러도 you can feel me
Love the chorus.
You know 아끼는 옷에 커피를 쏟아도 You know 내가 주먹거리를 잃어버려도 한 번 더 같은 걸 사준 걸 다시 또 잃어도 좋아 I don't care I just care about you
여기
Ooh.
어때 How you like that 짚어주고 될게 빈 털털이 주빌라떼 박수가 채안 봐고 누가 베글 say 비타민 U가 필요해 만들어줘 새도랗게 자꾸 문이 벌집 두 눈에 Honey help
So lovely day so lovely Every day with you so lovely do 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 do
Spell L-O-V-E-L-E-E 이름만 불러도 you can feel me 눈빛만 봐도 알면서 난
Ooh, I like they switched the beat up in this bridge. Okay. Nice.
누구 사랑받고 그리 예쁘게 컸니 Mommy or your daddy or them both
lovey things 너의 곁에 every day Good morning, good night 너 이름 부를 때
So lovely day so lovely Every day with you so lovely
Ooh, those falsetto tones.
Spell L-O-V-E-L-E-E 이름만 불러도 you can feel me 눈빛만 봐도 알면서 난
That chorus should not be that damn catchy. So good. All right. Very nice. This was AKMU's Lovely. If you're hanging out. Kaylee says, Lovely. No, Santa says Lee is their family name. Wordplay. My, well, not anymore, but my family name was also Lee. So that's, I mean, obviously I understand there's a lot of Lees, but that's funny. I'll have to remember. I'll remember it for that reason. That's really cool. Jazz says this is a fun one too. This one's so fun. Gunky says fun MV. And Kaylee followed that up saying, I love the little dance they have for this one. It is very cute. I like the choreo. Very nice. Very nice. This one is bubbly. I feel like if I was to give one adjective to describe it, very bubbly, and I like that. I think it works really well with the vibe of this song. As well as that, I really, again, Sooyeon's vocals are so so much fun. She's got such a really unique kind of like tone throughout, and like I just love the way that she kind of floats in these songs. Like there's just something about her styling and the way that her vocals are in this song that are just so nice. Like they just feel so airy, really, really serene, really gorgeous. Especially those falsetto tones. I think her falsetto tones have just gotten so much better as we continue on with these songs. I just like am so floored by it. Really love her falsetto tone a ton. As well as that, I will say again, this chorus should not be nearly as damn catchy as it is just so good, and like that little like do do do, and then like the way that they like spell out like love in Lee, I just think like there's just something endearing about it, and I think the way that they approach it is in such a whimsical and fun way that you just can't help but like want to sing along or hum along the melody because it's just that earwormy and ear catchy. So I really love that a lot. I think as well as that production wise, this is also really fun. I like kind of like very similarly to the Naka song. I feel like this one is also like really fun texturally. There's a lot of like interesting like pops and like fun sounds that I think were obviously introduced into the song for good reason, but I also feel like production wise it's just so much fun to like just listen to. And I think with a lot of those songs that have that interesting production style, it's like ones that I know I'll come back to and be like, oh shit, like it's so much fun to re-listen to it again because you're like, oh, I didn't even pick up on that thing the first time I listened through to it. So I feel like in each listen you're gonna get something fresh, something new to kind of like latch onto. So I really love that. So great song. We're continuing on with just like the fun trend, and I'm so about it. So we're moving on to the next one, which is Hero. So check it out.
I don't wanna go. I don't wanna go back to my home.
A lot of jazz chords. Nice.
사람들 때문인 밤이 무서워요. 말을 할까요? 무슨 말을 할까요? 사랑할까요? 입을 맞출까요? 우리들에게 상기가 다를까 두려워요.
Baby, I'm so lonely. Baby, I'm so cold. 종이 비행기처럼 위위 닿지 않는 마음 빙글뱅글 내 삶을 Save my life.
Hero, 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 you're my hero.
Oh.
차디찬 밤을 안아줘 lover.
Hero, 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 you're my hero.
사랑의 마법 주비두비 love to you. 주비두비 love to you. 주비두비 love to you.
I don't wanna go.
This feels very fairy tale-esque, and I'm not talking about the MV.
이대로 지나가기엔 이 밤이 아쉬워요. 마주 볼까요? 마주 앉을까요? 다 말할까요? 조금 감출까요? 작은 새처럼 날아가 버릴까 두려워요.
Baby, you're so lovely. Baby, you're my soul. 바이올린처럼 위위 연주하는 마음.
Ooh, I like that. That call and response. Nice.
Stay in my life.
Hero, 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 you're my hero.
차디찬 밤을 안아줘 lover.
Hero, 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 you're my hero.
사랑의 마법 주비두비 love to you. 주비두비 love to you. 주비두비 love to you. I don't wanna go.
특별해 너의 이름을
Nice little bit of halftime here. Nice.
위기 속에 나타나길 바래.
어지러운 세상 속 난
Oh. Now I gotta figure out this chord structure. It's a lot of 7 chords. It's got the very jazzy waltz feel to it. So this was AKMU's Hero. If you're hanging out, and thanks for hanging. I love this song. I feel like Kaylee. I'm just getting gaslit into saying, "Oh, I love this song. I love this song." I swear to God, AKMU's not hiding that in that closet back there. They, you know, I am not getting paid to say this, but I love this. This is great. I am, but I will. I'll start it off with a caveat. I am pissed that I could not come up with like the earwormy catchiness that they can do. There's something about like the way that they can do like that, the like la di das or the shooby dooby doos, like it make them feel so infectious. I'm pissed. You know what I mean? Like it it just kind of makes me a little frustrated because I'm just like, damn, like, do they just like are they just thinking of this shit? Like, like, are they just thinking of this shit constantly of like, oh, you know what? We should use this melody line. And then they're like, no, what if we did like la 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 la? And then they're like, oh, that sounds great. Let's throw that in there. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it just makes me mad. It makes me mad that people have that sort of intuition on lock already. Maybe it's just a matter of me working on it a little bit more, but they have a knack for that, and I gotta give them a lot of kudos for the way that these songs are arranged, because they're always really, I'm always impressed and also slightly a little pissed after the songs are over, because I'm just like, damn, these are so good. But yeah, this was great. I think the vocals were incredible, both from Suyeon and Che Young. I think I know I may have butchered that. So, but I just think it's so great. Like there's Che Young, Chen Yuk, excuse me. Sorry. I just think it's so incredible. They're really. I think someone in chat said that they are such a dynamic duo, and I would 1,000,000% agree with that. I just love their writing process. The way that they sculpted that melody and that chorus is so nice and it's so memorable. And I'm gonna probably be again just I'm gonna be eating these songs up for probably the next like week, I imagine. But they're just so good. And I love the kind of like jazzy waltz that this song has. I think it's just got a good smoothness to it. And I also appreciate that that acoustic guitar is kind of more at the forefront. I know that that is a large proponent of their earlier career. And so I love the fact that they still incorporate it and still treat it as something that's still very valuable to their sound. So I really appreciate that a ton. I also love the sort of whimsical nature of like the instrumentation, like the sweeping, like orchestral arrangements, like the way that they stylize the vocals feels very whimsical in that perspective as well. And I think again, it plays into the strengths of this MV, which is like fairy tale, and I think the musicality also has a fairy tale esque aspect to it, like the wind chimes. Like there's just something special about the way that it's put together, and it makes you feel important in this song, and like the way that you kind of visualize it, and like there's just a level of detail, attention to detail, that I really just appreciate a ton about the songs. You know what I mean? Like for them to kind of write a song like that, for them to build off of it with that MV, I think is really, really great. So yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. This is probably high up on the list in terms of ones that I've really enjoyed. So No Xana says that that was their last release, excuse me, not latest release. And then Sarah says this aesthetic is so fun and specific, like Tim Burton and Zelda Williams. Yeah, it definitely was giving me very. I don't know. I would definitely agree with you on that, though. Does make sense. Those were the two names that came to mind, at least for me, but I can see it for sure. Biscuit says it's my favorite out of their songs. I know, and Jazz says they can actually make up songs on the spot by reading off a random page in a book using the words as lyrics. Oh my god! To even have an iota of that talent is impressive. So I love that. Love that for them. All right, so we have Sion's MV Alien. So let's check it out.
My mama told me you're my alien. 사실 넌 점은 별나라에서 왔어. You in planet used to be a champion. 금메달까지 딴 1등 선수였어. 점점 잘나고 커진 널 더 이상 담을 수 없었던 행성. 따뜻한 물에서 수영하는 걸 좋아했던 널 내가 데려온 거야.
Ooh,
내게 특별한
great pre-chorus.
힘이 있다는 걸 알겠으니. 난 약해지고 넌 점점 더 강해지겠지. Ay, 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 an alien. Ay, 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 ay,
I love that panning. Fun.
가득한 어둠속 비밀처럼 타는. Ay, 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 an alien. My mama told me you're my alien. 너의 판을 뒤집기 위해서 왔어. 누군가 너의 기억을 지워 모든 걸 방해하는 거야. You listen. 점점 가둬둘 수 없을 정도로 커져가는 너의
Like the fisheye lens. Super sick.
행성은 널 주목하고 있어. Now you ready for this. 준비가 다 된 거야.
Those vocals in the back are so nice in that pre-chorus.
이제 너에게 주어진 답이 있겠지. Ay, 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 an alien. Ay, 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 an alien. 가득한 어둠속 비밀처럼 타는. Ay, 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 an alien. 너에게 숨을 필요 없어, alien. Tell them who, tell them who. 누가 다 내가 누군지 묻는다면 나날이 TV 꾸미는 네가. Ay, 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 an alien. Ay, 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 an alien. 가득한 어둠속 비밀처럼 타는. Ay, 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 an alien.
Ooh. So catchy. It is good. It is good.
An alien.
All right, that was Sion's Alien. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Looks like we got a little bit of comments here. Sarah says, "I love this song so much." Very nice. Jazz says that this is her solo while Chenyuk was in the military. And then Gungi says this song is a vibe for sure. I agree. I really like this. And at the behest of some comments that I've received, I cannot make the comparison that this feels very Dua Lipa-esque. But I love the kind of like new retro sound that is associated with artists such as Dua Lipa. So I really do appreciate that a ton. I think this is really centered around like that really incredibly riffy bass tone and bass riff, which I love. I think it really is what kind of holds you into the song. But I love the production of this. Chanyeok did a fantastic job with this. I love a lot of the like on rails stuff, like the way that he like filtered out some of the stuff, especially in that pre-chorus. Um I really love the pre-chorus. I think the way that they had her vocals sit so back in the mix, but then have such a like level of dynamic to it and like a little bit of etherealness, I think is really incredible. So I love that. I think it works out super well. And then it gets into that really phenomenal chorus. That chorus is super infectious as well, really catchy, really fun, really danceable. And so I think this is an incredible solo song. Definitely like interesting because I think like if my first introduction to Suyeon would be this song, I think it does really set an interesting expectation for those who find out that she's a part of AKMU. So I think that that's really impressive in and of itself, just because this song doesn't feel very correlated to AKMU sound by any stretch, other than that her vocals carry a similar tone. But yeah, this is very interesting. I'm curious what the crossover is for people who found out about this song and then wind up finding out about AKMU. That would be a demographic I'd be interested to know about. So if you are one of them, let me know in the comments. I'd be curious. But Kaylee says, "You can't, but we can. I got you." It reminds you of Dua Lipa's. Thank you, Kaylee. I appreciate it. Would give people whiplash for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not bad, but like I would have never associated this with like, you know what I mean? Like I would close my eyes and think like, oh shit, like this is it. You know what I mean? Like that's interesting. So very unique situation. So if you're a part of that, I'd be curious. Sarah says, I love this song, and then I didn't find AKMU until 2 years later. Wow. Okay, so then you are one of those special case studies. We love to see it. So glad you came around. It was good. It's good. All right. And we're doing a Chanyeok song, so I'm very excited. We got a few more left. This one looks to be Panorama. So very nice. I've been around since 2010 Tsunami. That considering you suggested it, No Santa, and you have been pitching the door down for me to check them out, I'm not surprised by that in the slightest. So, but let's get into Panorama. When did Chanyeok debut as a soloist? I'm curious if chat knows. Okay. Thank you, No Santa. What? What the fuck?
스쳐가는 파노라마처럼 버킷리스트 다 해봐야 해 짧은 인생 뒷볼 또 없는 게 스쳐가는 파노라마처럼.
So interesting. All right, that was Chen Yug's Panorama. Very interesting. I think the music videos threw me for a loop. I got most of it, and then once he like broke through the fucking like sound barrier and broke through like the different dimensions of time and space, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, is this what like being on drugs is like? I just have so many questions about the MV. So if you can answer them for me, let me know in the comments. But I think the song itself was really nice. Like I think they're don't think too hard for it. That just that I'm unfortunately that is why I do music commentary, because I think way too hard about this sort of shit. So that's a 9-year-old problem that will still persist probably long after I'm done doing YouTube. So but I thought this was great. The song itself was really incredible. I just think he is such an incredible all-around musician, and I don't even mean that from the perspective of like him singing and doing like a lot of the instrumentation. I even mean that in the aspect of his like production style. It's just so clean. There's just really something about this song that like seems like a little bit over the top in some ways, but is just like brought down to like a reasonable level because of the way that the song's produced. Like it doesn't feel over the top, but there's just so much going on production style wise that like I'm always really impressed. Like there is a lot of level attention to like dynamics in this song, like the way that like he's hitting like certain like chord progressions in like the chorus. I think there's just like little bits of accents that are just like dynamically pushed throughout the song that I really like. And again, I think it just shows that care to detail. So I really appreciate that a lot. And his vocals have such a resonance to it that I really appreciate a lot in this song. So I think this is a really fun song in that capacity. But yeah, I think he thoroughly impresses me. Like again, just doing this stuff with the AKMU is already like really inherently cool in and of itself, and I think he is able to express that in such a really beautiful way. But even with his solo stuff, and I know we have one more after this, but it's always really cool to see. So I think this is really cool. I like this song a lot. Still don't get the MV, but hey, that's me just thinking too hard about it. So very nice, very nice. We are closing it out with another Chenyuk song, and this one looks to be 1 trillion. So check it out.
I realize 꿈이 아닌
Great final chorus.
잠깐 아빠 이거 못할 것 같아요. 'Cause it will comes to it will comes to
Yeah. All right, very nice, very nice. This is Chanyuk's 1 trillion. If you're hanging out tonight, very nice. Appreciate y'all. Um, this was cool as well. Like I said, I love the kind of like more melodically fun songs. Like I think that this one is unique in the sense that I love the tones he's using, like that like constant like droning synth. And droning normally is used in a negative context. I think that the droning in this song actually helps it out and benefits it a ton, just because I think it is something that you like instinctually grasp onto. And I think it is there for a reason. It serves a purpose. So I love that. I think it is a beautiful addition to the song. As well as I think Chan Young's vocals are like, I know I've been giving Seon a ton of compliments, but I really like his vocal tone. I think he's just got a really warm and inviting tone. And obviously, comparatively, them together, I think, is really incredible. And I think that they obviously dynamically are super strong, but obviously both of them individually can handle their own. And I think that is equally as impressive. You know what I mean? Like there's some artists that I feel like just work well together in a pair, but maybe aren't as capable individually. And I think that in this case, at least speaking for my own commentary, I do feel like they both can hold their own and are able to kind of again give their all in terms of what they do stylistically. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Chenyug is the type of vocalist that isn't going to go like out of the park, go crazy, but there's just something infectious about like the songwriting, the like melody choices, like the way that the song is arranged that is really beautiful. And I feel like with Sion, like there's obviously a funness to the way that she crafts music, but then on top of that I think she's able to show you like the capabilities of her as a vocalist too. So I'm really impressed with both angles. I think it is really cool to see them obviously thrive in their own individual light, and I hope at some point we get an AKMU comeback. It would be really cool to see them kind of again see where they kind of grow and diverge and come together a little bit more. I imagine we'll probably get something soon, hopefully. But well wishes on each individual solo journey, of course. But yeah, this was incredible. This was a great choice. Again, shout outs to No Santa for recommending them, and obviously I know Jazz is also a huge fan of AKMU as well. So it was cool to see people joining in chat and let me know what they loved about it. So very cool, very cool. I'm going to pick my favorites, of course, as I always do, my top 3 and an honorable mention. This one is going to be, I think, maybe pretty difficult for me to choose. Just because I really, I really enjoyed a damn lot of these songs, which is tough. I feel like this is tough. I feel like I gotta say How People Move. That one was just incredible. I'm gonna say how can I love the heartbreak? You're the one I love. That one was just fucking destroyed me. And then I'm going to say Hero next, and then I'm going to give an honorable mention to Naka. I actually feel like Naka and Hero are tied for me. I don't know if I could pick a favorite between those two. I really liked Hero, but Naka, listening to it again for the second time, I was just like, damn, that's so good. So those would be my top 4, technically top 3. with one honorable mention. I think that would be it. In terms of the solo stuff, I think I liked. Obviously, I only listened to Sion's Alien, but that was really incredible. And then between Panorama or 1 Trillion, I think I liked 1 Trillion a little bit more. So very nice, very nice. Jazz says one of my most streamed songs last year, 1 Trillion. Oh wow, that's awesome. It makes sense. It's a fantastic song. What can I say? I enjoy chill songs. You definitely do, Jazz. No Santa says I have a song that I left off that I'll probably do on a chaos stream sometime. Absolutely. Welcome to add that onto the proverbial chaos stream. Kaylee says Sion did a cover of Rewrite the Stars with Dio 2. We'll have to show you later. Oh, that is awesome. No Santa says Sion did the Korean version of for the Mulan movie as well. Oh, that is incredible. Kudos to her. That is quite the accomplishment. I love Mulan, of course. Heritage, baby. We love to see it. But very nice. Again, No Santa, thank you so much for the playlist. Jazz, thanks for the recommendations as well to No Santa so we could do these. Finally glad we were able to do AKMU after a good bit of time. If you would like to, if there's a B-side we haven't covered, let me know in the comments. Feel free to come to a chaos stream. That's typically where I do all of the miscellaneous songs that we don't have time to do. And a most, stream, I always get at least one comment where they're like, oh my God, I wish you did like 5 more hours of this. And I was like, listen, if at some point I hope to get paid to do this. So maybe in the future, but for right now, I get to do it for fun and I get to do it with the fam. So I love it. There is most likely going to be a stream on Saturday. Just keep posted. I know I've been slacking with posting some stuff in the Discord, but I promise I'll be more active. I've just been, for those who don't know, I moved recently. So I have been trying to put all my stuff on my walls, do all that stuff, typical things when you move. So, I feel like I haven't been as active as much, but feel free to join the Discord if you're new, hang out. That's the best way for me to get to know y'all and for you to let me know who we should cover in the future. So it's always greatly appreciated. Kaylee says, thank you. No Santa says, thank you for taking the time. Hope it was a good way to pass the evening. Of course it was. This was incredible. I definitely, the AKMU got a new fan for sure tonight. So it's always incredible. And, for those who haven't checked out AKMU, it's a good explanation or good reason to go check them out. So, but yeah, Saturday should be doing chaos stream, and then Monday we'll have to decide. I am curious with the rest of y'all in chat that are hanging out. I would love to do a big group, like a group that needs to be done. And I know that there's a pantheon of groups that we need to cover that I have personally not listened to yet. But if there is one that you feel like is one that you're like, listen, Brandon, I don't know how the fuck we have not done this group. Feel free to let me know because I would love to know. I know Monsta X is one of those ones. I feel and I would love to cover them, but I just again don't know when. I know that they're coming back at some point, but I don't know when. So I know some of the members are, I think, finishing up their military time this year. So I don't know. It would be optimal to wait until they come back and do it that way, but we could do it. Chad says, I always vote for the boys. Kaylee said the boys. Okay, the boys. Yeah, I like I said, I am unfamiliar with Monsta X games, but I just want to make sure if we're gonna do it, I would love to do it in a optimal time for when people can come and check out Monsta X and get into them. So if we feel like there is a comeback on the horizon, then we can wait until that happens and then do it then. Biscuit says, have a Monsta X playlist. Love that for you. Great energy. They said they probably won't have a comeback until after May. Okay, so maybe summertime. Summertime seems to be the move. Maybe we'll do that like ramp up thing like we did with BTS maybe we'll have to plan it out. I would love to do them. Like I said, I don't want to put them on the back burner any longer than I have to. I just know that there are some groups that have a very large discography that I would love to cover. So, if there is a girls group, guys group, co-ed group, whatever you can think of, if there is a group in quotations that you feel like is necessary for me as a new K-pop fan to check out that I need to get the knowledge about, let me know. Yeah, discuss in the Discord. I would love to pick everyone's brain on that. So, definitely let me know in the Discord chat. Monday we will have to decide on what we're doing Monday though. So if you got any ideas, let me know. I would love to do the boys. If we feel like it's optimal time to do the boys, then we can always agree to do them as a placeholder for now. So that'd be fun. Female group for me would be WJSN. Yeah, I have seen a good bit of people asking about WJSN. So, but we've done plenty of GG groups. Yeah. Hey, listen, if we feel like it is time for the boys, then I am down to do the boys. You know, don't take that out of context, please. So I think that's the vibe. We will plan it out. I will shoot y'all a message in Discord. We'll figure it out. But I am going to be signing off for the night. No, don't clip it. Don't clip it. Oh my god. Sarah says poor WJSN. Also victim of Queendom 2 curse. Oof. I know. I had a feeling, Kaylee, both you and Jazz it'll be a collaborative playlist, you know. So discuss amongst. We'll have to do it. But very nice. Well, we will talk in Discord. We'll plan out for Monday's stream. If you can come hang out for Chaos Saturday, then come do that. But yeah, everyone have a good time. I hope if you're on vacation, and Gunky, if you're still in chat, enjoy the rest of your vacation. No Santa, get better. I know it is flu season, so hopefully you'll feel better soon. But yeah, talk to y'all in the future. Peace.